Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now Trubisky on first down. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. That'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
Let's go. Lock in, lock in. Check. Recon, 132 fighter.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's third down. Go. Shit.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
First down, Chicago.
So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Alert. Hey, Haywood. Switch. Hey, alert.
First carry now for David Montgomery. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Cohen. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 41.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And an alley to run. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
First down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10.
18. Alert. Hey, orbit.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Robinson's got it. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. Montgomery a first down and then some. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The extra point, not exactly a thing of beauty, but it does ricochet home. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. That's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Rodgers now on first down. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now Trubisky to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Bravo!
Throwing here, Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Trubisky will throw. And he's got Miller. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Chicago.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go. Red, up. Mike 42. Hey, Charlie. Mike 42, check.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Open man is Trey Burton. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 36-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Under 10.
On the handoff, it's Cohen. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On third down, Cohen. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Hey, ball. Any day. Mike's 42.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. That's going to be caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Next to score, Bears 14, Packers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And the pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
It's caught here by Adams. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Fielded at the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Hey, Delta. Here we go.
Here's Trubisky. And this is incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Go. 42. Hey, watch your legs.
Now Trubisky. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyler Fackrell, the linebacker. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give them 32 on the play. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. 2 minutes to play. First half, it's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, Yeah, they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points when you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Rodgers now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here, and our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit. Hey, watch the slant.
Now it's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, Chicago.
Stop! 180! 44. Blue. 44 is the mic. 44 is Mike. Shay, echo. You don't know no better. 44 is the mic.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. It's complete. It's Miller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Stop! 180! 42 is the mic. Hey, I'm coming.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. This one into the hands of Burton. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Hey, alert!
Trubisky to throw again to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Adam Shaheen, that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson. As the first half is winding down, as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Come on, fellas.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he cuts it back right, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring them indeed with that score alone. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Switch gears. Hey, alert three.
On first down, it's Cohen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Alert.
On 2nd down and 4, Trubisky got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
The Packers take over.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark,
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Throwing on second and long. Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Jones has it. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
That is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. It got his man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one. 59 yards. Now Trubisky on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Now it's Trubisky. The catch made by Miller. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, his first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the give, this is Cohen. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Trubisky to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Now, they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. After the run by Jones, here's first and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They'll run for it with Montgomery. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on fourth and goal. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Chicago, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.